Okay. Hola, yuppie, everybody. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Let's see if everything is working. Gonna pause my music for a second. See if I can hear myself well. From the looks of it, yeah. The audio looks okay. However, still don't feel super confident. How about now? Ooh! Oh, wait. Oh, thank you, Bellatrix. Thank you for the sub. Hi, good evening. Fuck ads, actually. Thank you. It's very much appreciated for your subscription. Welcome to the Chaos, and I hope you enjoy the few emotes that we have that I need to eventually increase. You know what? Maybe tonight I might do some pixel art emotes. So let's see. To chill. But hold on, I'm still testing my audio a bit. I want to check if everything is running fine. Because from the looks of it, my audio is a little bit jumbled. More or less the reasoning for that is I had to unplug my microphone for a second because it got detached from a microphone arm. So here we go. Decreasing a little bit of that room echo removal. And might put a little bit more of gain. Okay, I think this should do though. So we're going back. I'm gonna put on music. Desktop audio on. Oh, is Snip not working? It was working just a second ago. Hold up. We're checking this real quick. Because for some odd reason, Snip isn't working. So we're gonna restart it. Snip, where you at? There. Okay, hopefully soon. There we go. It's working. Alright then. So... It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you, Benatrix. I'm trying something new today. I needed to do something new with pixel art. Something different. And also, I've been playing a lot of Tokimeki Memorial lately by other means. So, funny thing about Tokimeki Memorial is, and why I'm doing pixel art stream right now, is I actually wanted to be doing Tokimeki Memorial today spontaneously, you know, just start a new playthrough, see what girl we can get. Let me pour some tea. But see, the thing is, I only own I don't actually own Tokimeki Memorial. Not a single version of it. So I've been playing it via other means, as you can tell. So technically, I can't play it. I can't play it, legally speaking, until I actually own the game. And I haven't bought it yet because I didn't really see myself playing it for a while, and now I start playing it in my free time. And I was like, damn, I wish I actually owned the game so that I could just run the Tokimeki Memorial stream whenever I need it. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Oh, Oh, hi, Pepperoni. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing? How you doing? Happy art, spontaneous art Tuesday in this case, because originally I was meant to be either be doing merch. So the art stream is not that spontaneous because I did warn last week that I could be doing an art stream instead of another Retro Tuesday stream. But that was in the case I needed to crunch some merch for Comic-Con Stuttgart next weekend. But well, the merch that I still wanted to make, which were tote bags, I have to abstain from it because my sales tax bill got basically previewed today. It's probably going to have to be paid within this week still, or maybe even next week. I think it's this week that I'll have to pay. And it is disastrously high. It is absorbently high. Basically, well, my boyfriend is gonna help me pay for it. Thankfully, now that he has a job, he can help me. But still, it's still an extremely high bill. And it's only because the tax office in Germany didn't think about informing me or my my tax advisor about the sales tax that I have to pay it not yearly but every season. So I basically have to pay for 3 seasons at once, at a time in which I'm still financially recovering from the bills from the last 2 months. So basically every single cent that I just made back in the last 2 conventions and the few commissions that I still managed to get in for the October queue, yeah, that's all gone now. It's all going to go away in just the sales tax. So I need to start my new queue very soon so that I can pay my bills for the, like, you know, my rent and stuff for December. Otherwise, I'm straight fucked. I mean, like I said, worst case scenario, my boyfriend is helping, but you know, I don't really like being in debt to people like that. I just don't. I too draw my games in the sands with a stick when I need them with other means. Yeah, oh god, I feel that. Like, I've been enjoying Tokimeki Memorial so much, but so many of the games that I want to play for Retro Tuesday, I've yet to buy. And a lot of retro games just aren't accessible anymore, flat out, period. Because even if you try to get them in the second-hand market, firstly, you need the adequate console for it, which most of us don't anymore. And if we do, a lot of these games are region locked, so you even need to be like region specific. And Tokimeki Memorial, last time I checked, it's Japan only. It's and I'm in PAL region, so forget it. I can play it. I can play it like legally outside of like my retro free console, which basically is just a region free physical emulator console that reads from the cartridges, so technically it's not illegal because the thing is, emulators themselves are actually not illegal at all. They are totally legal, which is why you even see these things be made without any trouble. The problem is when you get basically get ROMs, basically. From what I recall, there's like a gray zone in Germany, at least, that if you own a game physically, but you want to like stream it or play it like on your computer or on an emulator, it's a gray zone because you own the game, you've already paid for it, you're just, you know, playing it in a more convenient means. So technically you're not doing like anything that can get you jailed. Which is how I can play some of my Retro Tuesday games. I have like double the That's how I basically work with my Retro Tuesday. So for the games that I can't get on Steam or like on a Nintendo Switch or library or whatever, I just buy the cartridge and I play the game on my physical emulator, so to speak, my Retro Freak. So there are no legal repercussions for it. So in fact, I can even sign my games that I buy for tax. And I think the only reason my sales tax right now isn't like, I don't know, 4K or more is because I had more spendings than I had winnings. So technically I still managed to cushion a shit ton of money. I mean, not me, more like my tax advisor, which by the way, I'm probably also gonna have to pay a shit ton of money for. So that's, even if I had money left after the sales tax, it's gonna go away to bills and paying my tax advisor, which is also real expensive. But at least I don't have the risk of going to jail, which, okay, in this case I guess is worth it, because I don't have the scones to be doing taxes right now. I mean, I think once I get a decent software that helps me a bit, and also manage to learn how to do this whole thing, then I think I'll be able to get things in order by my own without having to pay a tax advisor every single time. I just don't know which software to go for. The port is Japan only too. You mean for Tokimeki Memorial? Yeah, it is. It is. Every single version for Tokimeki Memorial is JP only, because speaking of Tokimeki Memorial, Japan is getting a whole ass remake for Tokimeki Memorial, but we are not. We are not. The TurboGrafx Mini, I think, is the only way you can access Tokimeki Memorial by going to your TurboGrafx menu and changing it to Japanese, and then you have access to a bunch of Japanese-only games, including Tokimeki Memorial, from what I understood. So, but that's the version that doesn't have a ROM patch on it, so I can't use it. Even I don't have a PC Engine Mini to begin with, so even then I wouldn't be able to. So the only way I can play Tokimeki Memorial on stream without getting into like legal trouble. Even though, honestly, to be completely frank with you guys, when it comes to these things, Germany doesn't even really check. But you never know. Someone can always be like, oh, I know someone who's doing this and that, so I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna go tell on them. You never know if something like that can happen, right? Or if by chance the government felt like, oh, I want to check this random anime girl stream. So better be on the safe side, right? But that said, yeah, Japan is getting a whole ass remake to Tokimeki Memorial, and us, well, we got nothing. We're not getting it. And it makes me so upset, because now that I've been playing it in my free time, I'm like, what the fuck? This game is so much fun. Why did we never get it? Why? Like, listen, even if you're like, oh well, the dating sim genre isn't really successful here. Yeah, sure, but we still got like a localized remake of the Dokusei, which is like also one of the godfathers of the dating sim, and if anything, even predates Tokimeki Memorial. So technically, we got the OG dating sim ever as a remake in English, and from what I hear, it's an extremely good localization. But we're not getting Tokimeki Memorial. Then I'm like, why? Give it. Oh, hi Tablespoon. How you doing? Good evening. While the law states if you have an original copy, you can play a copy of it in an emulator. As long as you play the same version, you have legitimately. Yeah, it's kind of like that in Germany as well. So long you own a legal copy of the game, then it's whatever what you do with. You can play it like on an emulator. And even if you're like, wait, yeah, well, but the version you're using for your emulator is not the one that you own. Well, joke's on them. I can dump my ROMs from my cartridges via my RetroFreak, so even that argument is moot. But yeah, now I'm thinking of putting Tokimeki Memorial for the Super Nintendo and Harvest Moon, More Friends of Mineral Town, so that when I'm feeling out of scones, like right now, to not feel like playing the game that I was actually intended to be playing, like Mega Man X2 right now. Even though Mega Man X2 is not that hard and is chill enough, when I'm playing Mega Man X, I want to be like, you know, chill enough in the right mindset, rather than like, you know, kind of disillusioned right now, kind of bleh. And also, I'm very sorry if I sound kind of raspy today, or kind of hoarse. Not gonna lie, the sales tax thing really is really stressing me out lately. Especially because I ran the numbers again, and like, I don't have to stop being freelance right now. It's not like a total disaster, thankfully, because I have my boyfriend. Otherwise, I would already have been living in the dumpsters by now. But yeah, I will have to rethink basically a lot of what I do. And I'm gonna have to remodel a lot of my prices, because let's say, to be completely transparent, so let's say my usual, what I tend to get for commissions are my pixel screen animations, which are like €200 a piece. With this is like everything counted together, so the sales tax, additional taxes like, you know, income tax, and what do you call it, the potential fees for VGen and /PayPal, and for, you know, everything else. The commercial license is in there as well, so everything is accounted for. And I ran the numbers for that again, because that's my average, what I tend to make per commission. And the majority of what I get. So after VGen fees or PayPal fees, which is like normal, you have to account for this like every time. The only way I can avoid fees is if I'm doing a bank transfer within Germany. That's the only way I can avoid fees like that. But 100% of my clients are outside Germany, so well, to be like that. And PayPal is the main means that most people use, and that's like just a standard thing you have to keep in mind for. So having that accounted, I get that's like minus 20-ish euro, so I get like 180. And then from that, I have to calculate the sales tax that I have to remove. And that's just the sales tax. I'm not counting the income tax, because that's more like the income tax in Germany works as such that you have to pay your plus, basically, your total plus that's left after you have paid the majority of your taxes, from what I understand. So after I take the sales tax out, which at the moment for me is 19%, then from a €200 commission, I technically only get 140. And even though I would like to save the money that I get, most of it goes in bills and in contabling expenses, actually. So this is the main thing that I'm gonna have to rethink. I'm gonna have to rethink if I'm gonna put most of my baskets in commissions only, or in conventions. And regardless of which the two options I take, I most likely have to find a part-time job, because there can always be a slow month, and secondly, it's, like I said, sales tax is insanely high. And that's not the only taxes I have to pay in Germany. In Germany, you pay like I said, you pay the sales tax, the income tax, and if you make a certain amount, then you have to pay the Gewerbesteuer, which I have to check out what that word is in German. Sorry, in English, Gewerbe, English. Commercial. Okay, Gewerbe is technically a commercial. Your business? Yeah, business tax. Let's say business tax. So these three taxes are the things that you have to pay when you are in Germany. And right now, according to my tax advisor, I don't have to pay for my income tax or my business tax with the very minimal winnings I've been making, because the pluses that I come out with are very, very small at the moment, because obviously I only started my freelancing business last year. It's only been a year. Obviously, you're not gonna go into your first freelancing year making like bank. That's just not what's gonna happen. However, here's the thing that is really stupid about Germany that I only found out today, and it's good that I found out now rather than later, because here's the thing. The tax office and like the tax laws in Germany can say, hey, you don't make enough money in your first year, so you don't have to pay your income tax. You only have to pay your sales tax. And like, okay, good. That's cost saved, right? No, it's fucking not, because apparently the taxes that you pay are calculated by the amount of money you are making in that year, basically. So when you're making more money, apparently it's like a myth, not a myth, it's like a kind of a meme, I would say, apparently under freelancers here in Germany, that the third year is the make it or break it year, because like I said, 3 years later the tax office in Germany can suddenly tell you, hey, you're making more money now, so you have to pay the income tax for the entire past 2 years at once, and you can't even like say, hey, can I pay it like in payment plans or no? They don't care if you have to take a credit or get money from a loan shark. They are gonna say money now, or you're gonna get jailed. Or you're gonna be in debt forever from like, you know, tax evasion technically. So to prevent this, what people say is usually you pay your income tax regardless in advance, because even if you have to pay later, it's better to do it like in advance rather than wait 3 years later for your tax office in Germany to be like, by the way, can you give us like 50,000 euro because you're making more business? Anyway, if you're thinking of moving to Germany because you're like, oh, I want to be a freelancer, don't do it. Not in our current economy. Don't do it. Like, Germany has advantages, but when it comes to being freelancing, I'm like, please do your research, a lot of it, and get a tax advisor like very quickly. And thirdly, don't come. Don't come to Germany. What song is this? Oh, I'm going to assume it's a previous song. Basically, all songs that play are shown in the song bar below. So I mostly have it so that I don't have to open Spotify every time, but I can at least link the album where the song came from, because I'm playing an album from Toho Moko, which is called I Want a Vespa. So hold on, I'm gonna link it here so that you can access it. It's a relatively short album, but it's a good one. There are very little 8-bit music themed or, you know, retro themed albums out there that are actually good. At least on Spotify. I would really like to find an artist who works with 16-bit sound chips. Honestly, you know what a goal has been of mine at some point? I actually kind of want to pay someday someone to make a 16-bit FM synthwave, sorry, not FM synthwave, but FM chip-tuned album for me that I can run on stream. Because there's so much that I can't find, and the ones that I do find, I'm not sure if I can play. But maybe that might be a sub-goal for someday. Maybe a subathon thing. I don't know when subathons are supposed to happen, but I might think of doing one someday. At the moment, I can prioritize streams more. 2 streams a week are the most that I can manage, and that's already like the maximum I can do. I don't know most of the anti-aliasing necessary. But yeah, I wish I could invest more time in streaming, but two problems. I mean, not really problems. I want to have a work-life balance, so weekends are kind of the time I want to spend with my boyfriend. That's something I'm not willing to budge about. Well, he said it's okay if I want to stream on the weekend. I don't really want to, because, you know, it's time that I want to spend with him. Maybe on like special occasions, like collabs or special streams, then maybe, yeah, but I don't want that to be a regularity, at least not yet. And the other thing is I don't make enough. I know this sounds stupid, especially because streams are more of a hobby thing for me than they are monetary, but I can't justify like using more time to stream when I need that time to produce content or check other freelance stuff, like, you know, sales tax, documents, convention applications and whatnot, or just for plain rest. So I can't, I don't know if I will be able to do a subathon like ever because of that reason. But it's something that has been in my mind from some time to time. 16-bit chiptune artists escape me, but I do enjoy Koda and Surashu, and I can think of a few albums I have in the genre. When it comes to 16-bit music, I have specific like sound chips that I like. I like sound chips that come from the Super Nintendo, specifically from Tokimeki Memorial. I've been really loving the 16-bit sound chip from Konami. But I also really like the sound font for PC 98, and for the Mega Drive is more of a case-by-case basis. I would say I like the GBA sound font too, but that one is also one that can differ very drastically depending on whose hands it is. Like, the best example that I can say is if you compare 2 GBA Castlevania games. So, for example, Circle of the Moon has a pretty nice OST. It sounds a bit more complete. Complete in the sense of it's more, you know, not 32-bit, but you can tell it's not, you know, on a very restrictive basis. Now, Harmony of Dissonance, oh, that title fits because that OST is very dissonant. Whoa. That one looks like it's been bit crunched to all hell. And in some aspects, it's like, stop, it's hurting my ears. And normally when that happens is because devs are trying to save space by using less space on the sound font. Another example, even though I haven't gotten very far in it, is Mega Man 04 and all the previous ones. The previous ones have a pretty rich sound font for a GBA game, and a decent-ish like voice sound font. But Mega Man 04 has a very nice "yeah" from Zero, right? But the OST itself, not great. Not great. At least from what I heard so far. Every time Nothing Beats came on Spotify on Shuffle, I was like, get me out of here. I don't like this. Although Scrap Beat from Mega Man 03 also sometimes is like, what are you doing, sound OST artists? Why? Why is this? Why is this here? But that said, a lot of the problem with 16-bit music is a lot of people don't really, you know, study it, or when they say it's 16-bit, it is not 16-bit. Not by even a second. Most people are like, we're just gonna do 8-bit, and I'm like, ugh. I mean, it's fine and dandy, but when it's the only thing that's available, it's like, damn it. I'm thinking, I'm struggling to think of any that use a 16-bit style though. Well, some artists that I know that use a 16-bit sound font, or at least one that is inspired by it, relatively easy, so at least for me to think about. So Flashy Goodness is one of them. Flashy Goodness is probably my personal favorite when it comes to retro-ish OST. They have done the OST for Tower of Fantasy, for a little bit for, what's it called? Pause Ahead, but just one track if I recall, or two. Then they also did the OST for Rivals of Aether and the what's it called? The Lovers of Aether. And I've listened to the Lovers of Aether OST only. And while I have no idea about Rivals of Aether, when I heard that one album for the dating sim joke game, Flashy Goodness delivered on the FM goodness. Like, they did their homework and they delivered. So that's one that I can think of that to me is my personal favorite, but then there's also Toby Fox. Toby Fox knows how to work with 16-bit sound fonts, and they have a few tracks that are kind of like that. Like, there is a few tracks in the OST, sorry, in the beta OST for Undertale. Like the theme that was supposed to be the Sans theme is very clearly 16-bit Mega Man X sound font. And there's another one in Deltarune Chapter 2 that I'm pretty sure is also close to the Mega Man X 16-bit sound font, but I just don't quite recall which one it was. I'd have to recheck. But yeah, while Toby Fox mostly leans towards an 8-bit-ish style, he definitely also does know about 16-bit sound font. He knows. It's just that currently for Deltarune, maybe he doesn't really need it, and for Undertale as well. Although a lot of OST from Undertale and Deltarune isn't necessarily 8-bit. A lot of it is like very distinctly his style. Or at least a style I can't identify. So that's two that I can think of at the moment. And I wish I knew of the composers from the 16-bit era, because I would like to just shake their hands. Especially the one who is behind the Konami sound chip for the 16-bit, because that one is like, I want to eat it. Princess Maker's 2 music is brilliant, is excellent to me. Working with 16-bit instruments and working with 16-bit limitations are very difficult. I've yet to play Princess Maker, but it's also one of those games I've placed in the Retro Tuesday list. That one isn't necessarily in... okay, for those who don't know, or at least for those who haven't heard it yet, on my throne, I have a list of games that I have placed for crowdfunding, and those are technically there as entries for Retro Tuesday. Most of them are physical copies of the games that I need to get, but other games that aren't in the list but are available on Steam aren't in there because most of the time they are pretty affordable. It's just for a lot of those Retro Tuesday physical copies, they are either they are in the danger of being sold out, or they tend to be marked up. And then shipping costs and whatnot, you know? It's also kind of like a way for me to check what people are interested in me playing. But yeah, I'm thinking of if I'll play Steam games in the list too. For Retro Tuesday contestants and contributions. I need to check if there's a possibility on Throne to like allow people to place their own game suggestions in there, because I want to have that option for people. I want people to be able to be like, hey, I would really like to watch you play this game or this game, and then place it automatically in the Throne list. So maybe if I can find a function like that on Throne, I'll place something like a poll or like a submission form that you can like just write in. I would like to see you play this game for Retro Tuesday. So yeah, that's my roundabout way of saying, yeah, Princess Maker is in the list. It's in the list of games I would like to play for Retro Tuesday. Princess Maker 2, most notably. But I do know there's 1 and 5 in Steam. And I don't know if I should start with 1 or if I should go straight to Princess Maker 2. Yeah, I kind of wish we got a bit more of song that might play when you fight Sans. Yeah, that's one example of a different sound font in the, or at least sound chip in the Super Nintendo. Because 16-bit and Mega Drive music sometimes can really vastly differentiate from each other. It depends how you use the sound chip. And I think the SNES is the one console where you can most like notice this difference, because Mega Man X sound font is definitely gonna sound very different from, say, Tokimeki Memorial or another Konami game like Buster Bust Loose from Tiny Toons, right? Or from Parodius and what other games did Konami make that also use a similar sound font? It was on the top of my head, but I forgot. Yeah, Tiny Toon Wacky Sports. That's one, by the way, which is also another game I want to play for Retro Tuesday. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done with anti-aliasing on this, but so time to work on that background. Get some references for how Tokimeki Memorial does their backgrounds. So let me fetch this as a reference. Oh, this picture is big. Okay, so they don't really use dithering for the sky, so we're gonna fix this a bit. Where's the background? Okay, on this layer. Blend this out for a second. What's this? Oh, it's from wrong layer. So we'll replace this with this. And we're gonna do the gradients for the sky manually because we don't have the option on Sprite yet to make a gradient with no dithering. I think that's a resprite only function as of now. Okay, so let me... I do wonder how the console makes this work actually, because these are a lot of colors. But we're gonna figure something out regardless. What was the color that I was using before? This. Okay. Then I'm gonna do it by opacity. Oops. No, stop. Thank you. Okay, so here's where I'm gonna have the lightest area. This. And then the rest I'm gonna do with a square brush. And the lowered opacity. Although, let me see. Yeah, we don't have differing colors in between each other, so we have to improvise. More. Here we go. Okay, I think this should work for a gradient. Now, God! my cable for the stream deck was tangled up in the belows of my keyboard. God, I'm so sad. I wanted to buy a new mechanical keyboard. I mean, the current one that I have, it does clicky clacky, but it's one from Razer and you can't hot swap it. So I can make it dock, and also I don't like the fact that the keyboard doesn't have, firstly, a dust cover, and like it doesn't have, what do you call it, when your keyboard is basically without a border, so kind of without a gasket mount. I don't like it. I like the clicky sound. I like how it's pink. It's a gift from my boyfriend, so I'm never throwing it away. But there are limitations on it that I don't enjoy as much, or at least wish was better. Okay, so the question is, how am I gonna do the trees? So, as I can see, the trees in Tokimeki Memorial are very detailed trees. So I have to make my trees just as detailed and realistic-ish. But actually, wait. But first, I need to check if it makes even sense to add trees in the background like that. Heck. Gosh, I find it so funny how I was talking about my woes with taxes in Germany and being a freelancer in Germany, and now here I am talking about sound chips, which honestly is fine because, God, the topic of the whole taxes has been making me so stressed out and kind of miserable. I had a cry here and there over it today and a few weeks ago. Especially because when you realize so much of the system is kind of fucked here and unjust for freelancers, because when you are an employed person here, the only taxes you have to make or write to the tax office is literally just, if you want to, for your income tax, so to speak. While for freelancers, you pay basically taxes for everything. You have, like I said, the sales tax, the business tax, the this tax, the that stat, I would say the health tax, because even though we have a health insurance, we have to pay for it by law. It's not given to us by the government, you know. If you are employed, it's not like, it's irrelevant, because basically the money that you get paid out is your post-tax money. So basically all the money that you get after you have paid your bills, I guess, you can do with it whatever you want. However, as a freelancer, you sit there and are like, okay, I made like 3,000 euro this month. Is any of the money that just went into my bank account even mine, or is it gonna go to the sales tax and other tax and this tax and what tax? Anyway, commit tax evasion. don't commit tax evasion, don't go to jail. But honestly, it's in days like this in which I realize and I look back at, you know, the whole memes about Yoshi committing tax evasion. I was like, why would you commit tax evasion? Like, what's the benefit? And now that I'm in this conundrum, I'm like, oh, I get it now. But that being said, as frustrating as taxes are, please don't commit tax evasion or go to jail. But yeah, to get back on all this topic that I was talking about before with the taxes and whatnot. So, like I said, thanks to my boyfriend and my supportive parents, I can get out of this, like, alive. But I still don't enjoy being indebted like that and so broke, actually. So I want to be able to start planning how much money I need to make a month so that I can have an X amount of money left for taxes, because I think I just told it at the beginning of the stream that I did save money for taxes. I did. It's just that I had to pay like 2+K within 2 weeks in bills. So my problem is not even the amount of money I have to pay. My problem is the timing. Is the timing of which these bills are coming. It's like back to back and I'm like, bruh, what the hell, man? It's like open season. So basically what I'm gonna do for the next year is firstly, I'm gonna have to reconsider what I'll be doing. I mean, not reconsider in the sense of, oh, I shouldn't be freelancing to begin with, but more like, where should I be putting my baskets and my time? Because, like I said, doing the numbers at my current commission prices, I can't sustain myself well enough, because even if I make enough money to pay the bills, I won't have enough money left for taxes. So I have to increase my prices by a lot, which is something that I'm very scared about, because, you know, it's already hard charging what I do for pixel art, because a lot of people probably already think that I charge too much for pixel art, because like 300 euro for a complete overlay package with literally everything and commercial prices included. Or a pixel screen for 200, people might think already that it's too expensive. And I mean, I don't blame you if you think that way, because, you know, in this economy, but simultaneously, like I said in the example in the stream earlier, basically for a 200 euro commission pixel screen, technically what I take home is only 140 instead of 200 because of the sales tax and everything else that is calculated on top. So technically, if I want to make it a livable thing, I'm probably gonna have to start charging upwards to 300 or more for an animated pixel screen. And I feel bad about that because it's not... Firstly, like I said, I already struggle with the prices that I have. I mean, I have my slots full. I'm not saying I don't have enough clients, but it gets hard to justify for some people. Because a lot of people think pixel art is inferior graphics and therefore should cost less, and you wouldn't believe how many people charge themselves for pixel art? Like, that charge sub 100, and like, listen, that's their choice how they price things, and I'm not gonna like blame people for being like, oh, you're charging too low and it's causing me problems. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying with that. But a lot of us are forced to place things that low because the expectation of the consumer is pixel art inferior, therefore should cost less. It's just the reality that we live in. And while with pixel screens I can kinda like, and overlays I can kinda like technically ask for the amount of money I think I should deserve, but after doing the calculations, I still don't get the money that I need, so I'm probably gonna have to increase the prices, but it's still like, it's gonna be the struggle of finding a price that works for clients and that doesn't make them go like, oh, this doesn't justify it for this quality. While also being like still affordable for people, because the majority of my clients are streamers and like I owe them my life. Even if I don't have enough money left for taxes, I'm still able to pay rent, you know, I'm still able to make this work at all, rather than have to like suffer on very minimal either financial, how do you call it, jobless benefits and other kind of payments you get monthly from the government that are not enough to sustain yourself with. But it's just how German tax laws make it not possible for me to charge as little as I do right now. Now, taxes are great, they just should be simple and transparent. Yeah, that's also another thing. Taxes in Germany are so overly complicated and not like, you don't learn it anywhere. And some of the terms are literally interchangeable or like very similar, but are not the same thing. So sometimes you can look for something, but because there's like, you know how German words are super long? Because they're like comprised of multiple words. So if one of those words you combined is a different one, but you understand the same thing out of it, in tax laws it's not the same thing. Like, what's an example I can give? So, there was an example that I just learned today while doing research. So there's a difference between Kleingewerbe and Kleinunternehmer. And Kleinunternehmer is basically small person doing a business, and Kleingewerbe is small business. And you have two different laws for those two. And if you don't know the difference, you're gonna get fucked over. Kind of more like pinkish tone I can work with here. I think I'm gonna dither that part. Less? Yeah, I'm gonna have to dither it. So what I'm gonna do. I thought your prices were low for what you were offering. People are saying it's high. People haven't been saying that to me necessarily yet, at least not to my face. But it's at least the experience from a lot of my friends who do pixel art. Like one of my moods told me how he wasn't able to charge more for his small sprites because people expected his sprites to, you know, be less. Because it's pixel art, the sprite is small. But you wouldn't believe the amount of detail it goes to work like that, so... But people wouldn't really understand it. Because, like I said, they think pixel art is inferior. And cheaper. So... There is that, and also... It's also kind of general observation I've made. With one of the prices that I did in fact increase for something within this year. So I have pixel shibis. And I used to get a decent number of pixel chibi commissions. And most of the time, they always ask for animations, always. And I charged, what did I charge again for a pixel chibi? Like 70 euro each. With animation it would be like no, I think with animation it was like 70 and without it was 50. And then I increased the prices for the pixel shibis to 90-ish without animation. Well, after that I never got a pixel shibi commission again after I did that price increase. I think only once. So yeah, that's definitely one of those where people thought, yeah, well, I'm not paying 90 for a pixel chibi, basically, you know? But I increased it because the amount of work I was putting in them was not correlating with the amount of time that I was being paid for, basically. So I adjusted the prices for that reason. But like I said, people then stopped buying my pixel shibis for that reason. Or at least I assume that's the reason why. And I'm scared the same thing will happen with the pixel screens when I increase the prices, because like I said, it's happened before to me already, that I increased prices on the pixel option and people stopped buying from me. Thus far, the only thing I was able to increase prices of without much repercussions, but it's still not enough, is the pixel screens. Because previously, I was like 140 for a half-body pixel art illustration with a little bit animation. It would be like 180, I think. And now I charge 200 flat, but 200 flat is not enough. I have to charge 250 at minimum. At minimum, as a starting price. Well, for overlays, I think the 300 euro are fine. It's just that I think I'm gonna have to change the packages, so to speak. Like 150 for just the main screen, and the just chatting screen is totally fair because I technically just use... I just design one screen and then reuse the elements for the next one. What I've been thinking about is changing the prices of how I charge my advanced packages, and I was thinking of adding another one. So basically, my current complete overlay package of 300 euro, I'm thinking of changing it to a pixel art screen and overlay, like main overlay bundle. So technically 2 screens and a starting and ending screen. Basically starting screen with a variant for an ending screen. And just maybe an offline screen. But and then the deluxe package would be like would be my current complete overlay package, and I was thinking of charging like 500 for it. Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of all of these overlay packages for 300 euro, and they've been very fun to work with. But when I looked at the numbers again of the taxes and whatnot, I was like, fuck, 300 is still not enough. So I'm thinking of increasing the prices to 400 or 500 for a deluxe package. And I was thinking of making a separate package if I had to make multiple illustrations for an overlay. That basically don't reuse the same graphics that I would use normally for different screens. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered something. I'm trying to remember if I delivered an ad break screen. I think I did. Yeah, I did. God, I was thinking back on another commission, like, did I deliver the ad break screen for this one? Yeah, I did. When it comes to commissions, I'm pretty thorough. Pixel art is not easy to work with, maintaining readability while keeping that style working within a limitation, I think. Yeah, that is exactly right. It's just that a lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people legit think that pixel art... Okay, when you look at gaming journalism, for example, people think that pixel art is like retro and meant that people had less money to produce better graphics, so to speak. They correlate graphics with budget now, basically, and a benchmark for quality. Which is why a lot of games are really set on hyperbolism or hyper details, because people think the less detail and the more retro-ish, so to speak, the less money the company that is producing the game has. And I'm not kidding when I say that, because that's literally an argument that was made in a game school. No, I don't think it was game school. It was somewhere else. But a lot of people actually do think like that. And while it's very nice that I found my niche because of pixel art, which I'm still improving in, there is that negative aspect of it. It's like finding a pricing that works for people and with the expectations of people, and having sometimes to undercharge. Because honestly, at the end of the day, us freelancers are in the mercy of our clients, so to speak. So if our clients don't buy, then we have to match their prices, so to speak. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should charge what you are worth. And yes, I absolutely agree. It's just that when the client isn't willing to pay, what are you gonna do? Right? That's the majority of the problem that people have when they hear the charge your worth. I not speaking against it, like I said, I 100% agree you should charge your worth. It's just that when you are considering who are your consumers and your clients and the kind of expectations they have for you, yeah, it becomes a bit different to find that middle ground where you can be well sustained, but the client not feel like they've been scammed. and since we are on the topic of potential future commission changes and plans, I'm thinking of also reducing my commission amount. Aside of increasing the prices, I want to decrease the amount and potentially focus more on conventions, because those have a better turnout rate, basically, for the similar amount of work that I make. And I would kind of like to invest more time in that, so that I can use the time that I normally spend having to work on commissions, rather setting up an online store. Because I've been wanting to set up this online store since forever, but I have been unable to because commissions and other stuff and everything else that I need to do as a freelancer at the same time. I just don't have enough time left to or like the energy to even manage an online shop on top. I'm already having like massive struggles dealing with my Patreon because I haven't posted on my Patreon since I believe September, because I'm just unable to manage it at this point in time and prepare like PSDs or like posts for over there. I just don't have the scones for it at the moment. So much so that I'm thinking of pausing it until I figure out what I want to do with my freelancing. So basically what I'm at is I'm trying to decide, I'm gonna like check what I'm gonna like prioritize for my work and where I want to go towards in the future. But commissions might have to take a backseat. Because at the moment, merch is what... Yes, I have to pay a lot to have merch produced, and tabling costs are kinda something that's been kneecapping me a bit. But usually I make the costs back in a convention when it goes well, obviously. But the thing with conventions is that you're kind of at the mercy if you're accepted by the convention or not. So there's also that. So I was thinking in months in which I don't have much cons to go to, or don't have much merch to produce until the next con. Then I take commissions to pave me over for the next month. And to like keep my savings account for taxes only, exclusively to save taxes. So that account specifically can be like be safe from the hands of bills, because that's what really fucked me over. With the sales taxes, it's the fact that bills, including like tabling costs, came in for the money that I had saved for the taxes when it was not intended for that, for the bills that I had to pay. And yeah, and during the months where, like in the leading up months to conventions, or months in which I have a convention, I might not take any commissions at all unless I really need it. So yeah, next year, TLDR is definitely increased prices for some stuff, for some options. Maybe a few new options, like I've been getting several people asking me about low poly 3D models, and I want to learn Blender first before I even think about it. Maybe I can learn how to do VGen, and in the meantime I can use that as a 3D option, so to speak. And I do have a lot of experience with texture work, so technically I can make it work. But I still need to learn a little bit how it works. Blender I still need to learn regardless, because even when you do VRoid, you still... A very skilled VRoid artists, they know how to technically do their base model in VRoid, and then they import it into Blender, and then they fix the model and add the details that it needs. Technically, a lot of the very high-end VRoid models, sometimes they're not even 100% VRoid, but they are a mixture of Blender and VRoid. So yeah, Blender is gonna become a must for next year for me to learn, or even this year if I have time. Hold on, I think I'm gonna change the OST for a sec. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put on Tower of Heaven OST. Some people can hear how flashy goodness is like my favorite. Okay. God, now I forgot where I was with the taxes and the money and the commissions prices and whatnot. At the next year. Yeah, I was on a TLDR. Yeah, Blender might be something that I want to learn next year, and 3D too, and I might start offering 3D options as well. But also, I think I'm gonna start removing the cheaper commission options, so to speak. So everything below like 150 or 200 euro commissions, I'm gonna straight up remove, because I'm gonna need the slot space and time for the bigger commissions, if it makes sense. I'm sorry if that sounds like I'm being kind of mean to the people who wanna rather prefer paying for the smaller options. It's just that they're no longer sustainable. At this point in time, they're just not sustainable. Maybe for like once in a while, like special sales, I can be like, okay, I'm gonna do this particular kind of smaller commission, like a special action for small TV commissions, like the ones that I'm doing right now. I'm actually thinking of maybe hosting some kind of emergency commission kind of thing sometime soonish, in this style. But I'm gonna have to... I did quickly run the numbers for it too, and I'm gonna have to take like 50 of these to be able to make the money that I want to make within 2-3 months. On top of my current already existing queue. And even that money that I make, I have to take 50% of that out for future taxes. Okay, I think I'm gonna change the color of the background because it's biting a bit with the rest. I want to make it brighter. Technically what I can do here is replace this color with this. Replace this with this. This with this. There we go. And this with this. Okay, there we go. Now the colors are not like biting into the pixel art here. Sorry. Not quite accurate to Toki Memo, but we're taking some creative liberties here. Although this part, I think I can change it with a more yellowish color if I have one. Or a more brighter color. I'm gonna leave it as is right now. The question is what I'm gonna do at the front. Oh, how... let me see if I can find a screenshot of the park in Tokimeki Memorial. Because I just want to see how they did their background. That is the front of the park. Here, the middle of the park. That's what I wanted. It's definitely way more detailed, but come over here. Yeah, it's definitely way more detailed, but with way more dithering. I even think that there's like some kind of photo filter on it in a way. Like not exactly photo filter, but there's so much more dithering on it. Way more color mixing in here. But okay, so more of a background-ish color. Oh yeah, another commission option that I was thinking of. I know I just said that I probably will deprioritize commissions in my future for 2025 because compared to merch, it doesn't make enough for me at this point in time. And even if I increase my prices, I can't guarantee my clients will return or I'll still have enough clients. I'm hoping that with the Live 2D model arts that I've done lately, that maybe some clientele will be interested in those, because I think if I do model art more than I do pixel art screens, I think I can kinda sustain myself a bit better. I still probably will, if I charge 500 euro for a model art, I'll probably still have to take how much home? About 250, I guess, if I want to discount all the taxes that I have to pay for. Technically what I take home is 250 per com, but you know, still. At least after those 250 that I lost, it will technically mean the money that I keep is the money that I have on hand, and I can work much more with, say, let's say, if I get 5 commissions for live 2D models in a month, that's like 5 times 5. That will be like 2,500, and let's say I already have the money that I get for 2,500. Like, I already calculate all the taxes and a little bit more in case there's like other expenses that I need to pay for. Then 250 times 5, I still get like, I still keep 1,250. So it would be doable. I can sustain myself with that kind of money. So maybe if I do my complete overlay packages, like 500-ish euro, I think if I get 5 a month, it would work. Pixel screens, I have to rethink exactly how I'll price them. But I think a starting price of 250-ish sounds fair, because I would take about 190 home, so to speak. No, wait. That would be just without the sales tax. Hold on. 250 divided by 2, that's 125. If I take 5 a month, 625. Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult to justify for me. Also, I think I don't like this color for the grass and the fence. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use this yellow color. Oh, do I have the mirror mode on? Yes, I do. Good. And refer to active layer. Do I not have? Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Polygon tool. Whee! So, okay, sorry. To finally leave this conversation about taxes, because I think people have heard enough about the, have heard me enough yapping about taxes. It happened. It happened. I'll know better next time. And I'll adjust my pricings and future accordingly. But I think even without the tax situation, I would still have reconsidered or like rethought what exactly my freelancing career I'm going to rethink on investing more time in. And I do think I would still have said I'm gonna deprioritize commissions in favor of merch making, because I do enjoy commissions here and there. But the amount of labor I put in merch and then the gratification I get from it is more fun for me. I enjoy tabling at conventions a lot. I really don't want to give that up. And at the end of the day, I thought, okay, merch is kind of where I want to go with in the future. Especially because in the future, I can maybe make more merch of me. So technically, I can keep doing my stupid VTuber self-inserting stuff and still sell stuff about my VTuber someday. And in that way, by deprioritizing commissions a bit more, I would also like to start prioritizing my brand as a VTuber more, like maybe not as a brand exactly, but more like, you know, I wanna get to a point I can make like song covers that I have enough money to invest in a song cover, while still not fucking myself over in taxes. But also, you know, do more stuff with streams, do more stuff with you guys, because I do. Not gonna lie, as an autistic person, it's a little bit difficult for me to be interacting with people all the time, especially when it requires so much of my energy. But simultaneously, I do enjoy hanging out with people on streams. I like that a lot. I like hanging out with people on conventions. It's enjoyable for me. I want to keep doing that. I want to keep interacting with people on stream too. I also really am enjoying doing Retro Tuesday, by the way, because I'm very passionate about retro games, and I was actually intending to turn Retro Tuesday into a kind of a YouTube series as a way, but I don't have enough time to video edit. So basically, by deprioritizing what I'm going to be doing with my freelancing career, I also want to make room for the projects that I actually want to make as well. Like, I think most people already know that I have this this OVA video that I have been planning since forever, which is literally just me yapping about the art and the OVA contents in itself. I've been really enjoying writing the script, even though I have to rewrite it in some areas because while I was video editing the first, like, the prologue intro portion, I was like, shit. The prologue is mostly okay. For like the first time I tried to do a video edit like this. But then I got to the next part and I was like, Jesus, I really need to rewrite the prose in this. And I enjoy yapping. I like yapping about things that I love, as you guys can tell. I just like yapping in general. You guys have noticed, like, the times that I start yapping and then don't look at the chat for like an hour, and then I look back and I'm like, oops. Also, thank you for the stay hydrated redeem pepperoni. See, this is another thing that I mean. I wasn't even looking at the chat until just that, until what I just said. I like yapping, so I want to do more videos, if anything, and I need to make more time for that. I don't think I'll ever get monetized because the first video that I'm already working on has corn. Like, a lot of OVAs that I watched were 18 plus. So, you know, it's gonna be hard to monetize. So, and also I've heard the advice from PCAT. They said, like, they didn't say the advice to me personally, but they like posted on Blue Sky about it. Like, if you wanna be an art YouTuber to make art, then that's not. Then you're gonna spend most of your time writing scripts. And I am thinking about it, so I'm like, okay, if I want to be a video content producer, right? Or like a video content creator, I'm really gonna have to put that into thought. That if I want to make it as a content creator, I really need to think hard if I want to. But you know, yapping in the void is fun. I enjoy yapping on stream too, but there's like no restriction when you are yapping for a video. In fact, people like to have long videos where people are yapping on the side while they work. Even I do that. In the meantime, I'm also thinking about potentially getting a part-time job as well, just so I can, you know, so that I can take vacation sometime without having to worry about, shit, fuck, I'm not making enough for taxes or bills or whatever. But I wouldn't make it like a very long part-time job, just like 15 hours at most a week, because like I said, I have so much I want to do and I need that time, so. But it's just nice to have like a financial cushion is what I'm saying. Oops. Whoopsie daisies. I had the mirror on. Whoops, now I have to just delete everything I just did. There we go. Something that I have actually been thinking of, rather, I've already mused about it, like how I just said I'm not gonna be able to put more time in streaming than I would like because, you know, 2 times a week is already the maximum I can manage. But I do want to try do new things, you know. There's been like a big project that I've been planning since 3 years now. 3! And I have not even started with it yet because there's still so much I need to make for it before I start. But I want to begin it sometime. And I think I did mention what this project, like I didn't say exactly what it was, but I did allude to what it was going to be. Like that it's going to be like a special kind of Yakuza 7 gameplay. That's the most that I said, and I still won't say more than that. Friends I've talked to know what this project is. But basically, things have been cooking below the surface since like 2021. I've also been like very craving to do song covers, but either I'm gonna have to learn how to do audio mixing myself, or I'm gonna have to wait until I have like a financial cushion that's strong enough to be able to like pay for stuff like that. But I think, yeah, honestly, I think doing like bigger commissions will definitely help. Like less commissions but more pay is what I'm saying. Oh, thank you for the stretchy stretch for the infinite tricks. Let me stretch. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, the background is mostly okay-ish. You want to include some leaves though, so... Up, autumn, leaves. I'm so sorry to the people who tuned in on the stream to chill and that I wouldn't stop yapping about taxes, but it's just been on my mind. So let's see, what's something else that I can talk about? Like, yeah, retro games, right? That I've been planning to play. So I've been thinking about getting Tokimeki Memorial, like asking my parents like, hey, can you maybe give me Tokimeki Memorial for Christmas so that I can play it on stream? And I thought, what if I make it not just a Retro Tuesday entrance, but I make it like the spontaneous entrance for when I need, for when I am with not my, what do you say it in English? Basically when I'm not on 100% mood like today. Where I'm like, I feel like playing a comfort game right now. Kinda slot. I did consider playing Fields of Mystria instead, but I want to save it for Thursday after all, especially because it's new, so it hasn't reached the comfort game territory yet. But Toki Memorial has, and I was like, what if I get Tokimeki Memorial and I'd stream it for retro days, like retro comfort days, because most of the time the games that I get most comfort in tend to be the retro ones. If I could capture from my PS5 easily, I would have probably just thrown up what's it called, Friends of Mineral Town remake. But I thought it's gonna be a bit of a hassle to get an HDMI cable long enough for the PS5, but also play it in a way that I can record off it and the TV. And I don't have it on Steam, so I was like, yeah, you know what, it's easier to just play the GBA game. But looking at the current price of more Friends of Mineral Town on the GBA, oh shit. You guys, 250. I've been seeing some going for 250, and I'm like, you know what, we're getting Japanese version. I know what the text says anyway, I know the game by heart, and the Japanese version costs maybe like 30 euro, like 5,000 yen. I can afford that. So yeah, that would be one. Puyo Puyo! Puyo Puyo is like a 50-50 for Puyo Puyo 2 because I love playing Puyo Puyo just to turn off my brain, but at the same time, sometimes you get GPU AI, like in Puyo Puyo 2, that is like, it's gonna come for your family. Yeah, it's like, you wanted to play Puyo Puyo to relax? No, I'm gonna destroy your family. I'm gonna steal you from your bank account. I'm gonna ruin your life. That's how AIs are like in Puyo Puyo 2. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't play Puyo Puyo as like a comfort game slot. Sorry, I don't know if anyone heard that. There was like a big bang outside. Got a bit spooked. Thought it was one of my neighbors about to come upstairs and to yell. I love Puyo Puyo, but it can get very stressful. Absolutely, I agree, Venatrix. So it's so true. I remember fighting the Demon King in Puyo Puyo 2 and losing my mind. Oh my god, I already lost my mind in some of the earlier levels in Puyo Puyo 2. Like, when I'm not fit for Puyo Puyo, like I'm not in the zone, I'm very slow setting up my combos. Because sometimes my brain is just like, I'm looking at the colors and registering which colors I'm getting, and by the time I know what combo I want to do, the CPU has already launched a six tier combo on me, if not more, and I'm like, oh shit, well, like 90% of my board is now closed. I know the majority of Puyo Puyo gameplay is actually not to bank on big combos and to do smaller combos, but so often I'm doing my smaller combos, still not fast enough, and the CPU still gets like a four-way combo on me within 2 seconds, and I'm like, what? I haven't even finished setting my first Puyos! Chill! But I still enjoy puzzle games, so I've been thinking about playing, what's it called, the Pokemon puzzle game that's actually a reskinned game from a Japanese only game. What was it? Panel de Pon? And the Tokimeki Memorial puzzle game? I wanna find out what it's like. Yeah, the combo delay on you when there's a drop is already deadly in 2. The stun is worse than the garbage blocks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh god. My favorite part in Puyo about the garbage blocks, and that's something that usually only comes up when I'm playing Puyo Puyo Tetris with friends, and that is they drop a few garbage blocks on me by doing a few Tetris combos, and yes, it's annoying, but at the same time it's a benefit for me because I can make free combos from the gray blocks if you know what to do with them, right? And I've gotten a few wins due to gray blocks that I had, and I think it's kind of the same if you're playing Puyo Puyo 2, because the CPU sure does know what to do with the gray blocks that I drop on them. It's just that I don't have the opportunity to do those gray block combos when I have them in Puyo Puyo 2, because I have so many, like let's say I have 80% garbage block and the remaining, and 2% of the rest is maybe 4 Puyos. 4. And I'm like, what have I done? Why are you bullying me like this? And the Puyo was like, it's kill or be killed. That's the world of Puyo for you. Oops. Okay, so hold up. I'm gonna get the leaves at a different area. Something I've been considering maybe doing in the future is going back to taking Japanese classes. Because I kind of want to be able to play some of the retro games. Several games that I want to play have never been translated, like the Tokyo RPG for the PlayStation 1, or the Mermaid Melody games for the GBA. And so many other games that we never got. Not translated. Like, I found out there's a PS1 Kaiji game that was never translated and there's little to no information online. And I'm like, god damn, if only I could read Japanese well enough, I could play this game for Retro Tuesday. Or, you know, even like the definitive version of Tokimeki Memorial, which would be the PlayStation 1 version. Like the Forever With You one. But because I can't read Japanese well enough, especially in a game in which communication is crucial, like in Tokimeki Memo, it would be unwise to play it in Japanese when I can't read most of the kanji. Maybe as like a learning experience I could, but I'm not confident about that. Okay, so the colors for the bar are different. And the insides are green. Oh. Okay, so hold up. Sides are this color. Technically it's this. Although not quite, but there's even a shadow for it. I just realized. Damn. Tokimeki Memo. Not even centered. Heck. Okay, then I'll do one side and then just copy paste it to the other side. Another tool that would be really nice from Asprite someday would be a tool for your, you know, to make squares that are rounded. That will also be a nice Asprite feature in the future, unless the function already exists and I just don't know. Okay, hold on, I only want the outline here. What's the color that they are using here for the bottom of the bar? Let's replace it with this color. just to have everything more unified. This and okay, I don't have this color anywhere else. Realizing it's fine. Okay, so technically there's more that I need to line out, so here and here. So here's something that I talked about in a different stream before, also on our stream. I don't even know if it was last week's or another one, but I've been asked before to do pixel art workshops, or asked about like people asking me how am I able to get the retro feel look so well, and my answer to that normally is just study from existing games. Just take screenshots and like eyedrop the color palette, and sometimes if you want, edit a sprite and then try to make it yourself. Like respriting it, just so you understand how it's built. Or as some people say, just copy. Just copy. That's how you learn. That's a way of studying, more or less. And by copy, I mean basically just... That's technically what respriting is, right? It's just you're technically copying the drawing by eyeballing, but in a way you're also learning how the pixels are set. So, moral of the story is basically just reference. It's okay, you can do that. You can reference, you can even straight up just copy a color palette. It's no one's gonna like break into your like your apartment for doing that. It's okay. And if you have difficulty finding screenshots with a decent fidelity, like right now with Tokimeki Memorial, as you can see, even if the screenshot looks clean on the website, it's JPEG crusted, so you can't 100% see the accurate 16-bit colors from it. As a matter of fact, let me show you an example of how you can just get colors from a screenshot into Asprite and without having to manually color drop everything. So let's see if I can find like a cleaner screenshot from Tokimeki Memo. Although, let me go on Spriter's resource instead, because that's where you can get clean sources. Spriter's resource. Real. Okay, these are rips from the PlayStation graphics, but they're still in pixel graphic, right? And you have way less limitations for it. But it's still gonna work. So I'm gonna show it for this and for a PC98 games where the colors are more limited. So let's take a PS1 example from Tokimeki Memorial, and I'm gonna fetch... I think I'm gonna fetch Yuno. Yuno has some of my favorite color palettes, even though I haven't played it. Okay, I have to go into the PC98 category. Other systems. Okay, and you see PC 9801. That's from Possessioner, which also has a very pretty color palette, but I want to get from Yuno, so get from a random character. Here we go. We have image. Okay, so basically, when you get images in, normally I recommend getting sprite rips directly, because that's where you get the best fidelity from your sprites. without any of the JPEG rust. You go into this setting here on Have Sprite, and you go on New Palette from Sprite. Then you can select Create New Palette. You can replace the current palette, and I would say yes, because then it replaces from the 32 colors that you have on screen. You can also select how you create the table for the color palette. I just leave it on default Octree, so here we go. There you have all your colors. It's less than 32 actually, it's just these. These are the colors that are being used in this, like, these sprites. Now the same for Tokimeki Memorial for this one. So this one is gonna have way more colors, so we're gonna crop on just one. We're gonna crop on Shiori here. So that we don't get a too gigantic color palette. So Shiori, let's go with you. Hold on. Even though I have not even gotten anywhere close to an amicable relationship with Shiori yet in any of my playthroughs, but fuck it. And then again, Gold palette. Sorry, not here. New palette from Sprite. Replace the current palette. And there you have it. There's a color palette directly swatched from the illustration. And that's technically how you can fetch your color palettes immediately. I normally colored, like, eye drop them anyway because I want to see which colors go where, and your eye can really trick you into what colors are actually there. When it comes to pixel art, like, pixel art is very good at making you believe there's more colors than actually present. And that's an aspect that I really like about pixel art. It's just the illusion that there's more than there actually is. And that's technically how I study my pixel arts. I just take sprites, place them on a canvas, and then I just study them, the color palettes. Sometimes I try to redraw in the same style or a similar one in the same format. And oh, this is probably the biggest tip I can give in terms of pixel art, and that is check your formats. Like, actually pay attention to how big formats you use. Because some still draw on a very big canvas, and yeah, you can still make it work, but you are gonna have to put in double the work for the pixel art in any capacity. And in some instances, the pixels are not gonna be visible anymore. The maximum canvas size I've ever worked in a pixel art was 640 by 420, I believe. And I never go above that, because something else that a lot of people don't consider is that the graphics of your games in a retro console, they are still very small. They're actually extremely small. They're just being, like, upscaled on your CRT TV. And the CRT TV actually gives it a bit of a fuzz, so the pixels you can't even really see. Because they look way softer than you would actually think. And then you see the pixels, like, raw when they're ripped, and you're like, oh, they're actually much sharper. Because they're actually much smaller. So I would say, if you can, get screenshots, like clean ones, and if not, then just most of the time, since you can't find very clean screenshots anymore with ease, I would say go to Spriter's resource and get your sprites from there, and then just study from there. Not everything is always ripped, so sometimes you have to make screenshots yourself, or you have to find them yourself. Like for Tokimeki Memorial from the SNES, most screenshots I've been finding are JPEG crusted, so I can't accurately tell what color palettes the artworks has. See, if you have a JPEG crust, you won't get a clean color palette from here, the new palette from Sprite. So the color palette that I have here on the side is not my own custom made one. It's ripped from this screenshot, which you can see has all this fuzz. So as Sprite believes there's way more colors in there than actually intended, it will take all the colors in there and create a palette for you, and this is what came out of it. See, this is what I just said. I enjoy yapping. I really love yapping like this about retro stuff because I just love retro games, guys. I love pixel art. I want to like info dump more about it. Okay, we need a much darker color. Something I would like to find out though is how does Tokimeki Memorial, for example, and other pixel art games work with different opacities? If it's just an illusion, or if it's actually an effect of that sort in there. I don't think it is an opacity effect, but at the same time, is it? Is it? Does this NES have capabilities for you know, color palettes? Also, by the way, I think I shouldn't have done this in the same layer. New one. New layer. Color will do. Let me just put this as a shadow. That's too bright. Still very bright. Okay, here we are. Oh, this is much thicker than in the actual game, so I'm gonna reduce the borders a bit. Also, you know what? Since I'm gonna wrap up stream soon, I'm gonna take a shot and I'm gonna put some Tokimeki Memorial music for my ears because I am in need. And just a little bit. Just an itty-bitty. And then I'll turn it off. Just gonna have the seasons play and then I'll chop off the music immediately. Where is it? That's the PCC engine. Maybe not the Nintendo one, even though that's my preferred one. I'm gonna put the PCCD music on, even though the SNES version is my preferred one, because maybe Konami won't care, but Nintendo will. So, where is Spring? There we go. Honestly, PC engine is something that I still need to find out how it is music-wise. So I'm still extremely new to this sound chip, but it's so good. God, it's so fun. I want to jump into Tokimeki Memorial playthrough so soon for Retro Tuesday, but we have to wait. We have to wait until I have the game. Why is the music so good? God, I need to check the composer. I love this sound chip so much. Me too, Venatrix. It's so good. I'm so deeply hoping and on extremely high copium that maybe with the English release, sorry, with the remake of Tokimeki Memorial, that it'll get a Dokusei treatment. Because Dokusei didn't get localized until its recent remake. It still took like a year to localize it, but it still got localized, you know? So I'm like, maybe if you wish hard enough, we can get Tokimemo for localized finally. But that's extremely high copium, like I said, because I think Dokusei had the chance to get localized because of Studio Just. I believe it's Just who helmed the remake, sorry, the remake localization. Like, Studio Just is localizing a lot of visual novels that are so based, and I'm like, yo! Studio Just is cooking! And the thing with Tokimeki Memorial, though, compared to these visual novels that Studio Just has been localizing, is the following. Tokimeki Memorial is not an 18+ game. So, Studio Just normally localizes 18+ stuff, from what I understand. Sorry if I'm wrong. But can't be denied that a lot of stuff they do localize is 18+, and this isn't a jab to 18+ media. I am so happy that these things are being localized, because so many of really amazing visual novels also happen to be adult visual novels, and it's not in spite of the not safe for work. It's actually there. It's there, but it's not like in a demeaning way, you know? I think basically the best way that I can put this is that because Tokimeki Memorial is not 18+, I don't know if it'll get localized like other really amazing visual novels or dating sims like Dokusei. Because Dokusei was allowed to stay 18+, although the Steam version, from what I understand, is not 18+, so you know, there's still a safe for work version out there. Although I don't know if it's allowed to play it on Steam. Sorry, to play it on stream. The O-face jump scare, the boo boo. Where is it? The pout. I need to see in what button I have it checked. Because I was so sure I removed all the toggles to place it on my Stream Deck, but apparently not. Are we in a different layer? Not yet. Okay, I have to get this over here. Whee! Okay, now it's there. You know, something I should do another day? I should maybe check which dating sims have been localized in English and which ones I'm allowed to play on Steam. On Steam, sorry, on stream. Because I just recently discovered that Sotsugo graduation, or at least one of the entries for it, did get localized in English. It's kind of 4-kid-ish translations for what I understand. Like the names are kind of different, the dubs are voiced and whatnot and all. And Sotsugyo is actually one of those visual novels that sorry, not visual novels, OVAs that I really liked. So I want to get into it sometime, the actual dating sim. And from what I saw, the PC CD is not that much in the secondhand market. It's still, you know, a rare thing, so still gonna cost a bit, but you know, it's not Magic Poppin' tier where it's like 1,500 for a SNES cartridge and you're like, excuse me? 1,500 for a cartridge only? Those cases are the only cases where I will say I have no choice but to actually emulate and not own the game, because how do you expect me to be able to afford 3,000 euro on a boss game that is called Magic Poppin'? It's not happening, guys. Unless someone donates it, or like, you know, Haunting Ground. How are you gonna get it? Haunting Ground, I think, is one of the most expensive games out there in the secondhand market, and it's like... ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Warum? I definitely don't have the font for Toki Memo, so we're gonna use something else. What font do I have here that's somewhat similar? Where? No, retro is too thick. Also too thick and too round. This one is too thick, but Goody Digi might work. Although VCR Mono could work too. Or at least the Sunday part, so let's see. What day is it today? 19th. How does it work? Yeah, right. It's month, day, and year. So let's see. And it's also much thicker. I think the VCR font is best after all for that. Where is it? VCR Mono. 12 and 19. Oh, that's very thick. Maybe this font is not gonna work after all, so... because it's too wide. We need a font that is more... that is thick, but kinda scrunched together. I did have a font that is more close to the Windows, you know, the font that you have on Windows Command. There it is! Windows Command Prompt. Yeah, that works better. Slightly better. Not that much. I have to think of thicken this. Oh, the winter theme. I think the winter theme, my favorite version is the PC Engine version. I like the SNES version a lot. It's very calm, but I really like how the music like sounds like in the PC Engine sound chip. If you think about it, I think the PC Engine CD version of Tokimeki Memorial was the first release for it, so really interesting to think that this was the first version of the Tokimemo OST. Wait, I don't even need to do this. Text, 24. And then now we can pick a thinner font. I think most people will technically expect it to be snowing in November, but it hasn't snowed even a little bit here, so we ball. Oops. Maybe 11? This is slightly better, but not by much. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this one. Slightly off. There we go. Now that's clean. Now just to add this. Now just the font color for the Sunday part. Oh, I think the days of the week have a different color. It's always gonna be red in the screenshots because like the dates that you go on with the girls are always on Sunday. 99% of the time. Okay, so if it's a regular day, it's white. Okay. Stay. Here we are. Okay, there. Now all we need is a drop shadow color. Which is gonna be this. And I have a very neat tool for this, which is just a drop shadow tool. Saves so much time. Okay, but 2 by 2 is too much. There we go. The only thing I want to fix here now is the square of the text box. Oops. I think that's the theme for Shiori. Yeah, it is. The Shiori theme. Oh, Shiori Fujizaki, how hard you are to get. I have not yet, like I said, managed a single playthrough in which I managed to get Shiori above the stone face. The girl doesn't like me. probably gonna remain that way for a long time. Okay, now I just want to drop shadow. I'm gonna do this and you know what? I'm just gonna drop shadow the thing again. So we're doing this and we're going to decrease the opacity. Offset. Let's do it 4x4. Close enough. Now, opacity. Here we have it. The only thing that's missing now is the... We need the same block again, but this time for the top. Oh, it's Mio's theme! Mio was the first one that I got in Tokimeki Memorial, the first ending, even though I wasn't necessarily gunning for her. I was actually, in my first playthrough, trying to get the Ayako ending because she was the first girl that talked to me. But I ended up getting Mio instead. Then I tried to go for Yuko, and I got... No, wait, I tried to go for Yuko and I got Ayako instead, and I was like, hold on a minute. Oh, Yuina. Yuina, well, oh my god, she is... She's difficult. But she's good. I like her. She's a hacker, but I like her. Everybody's like... probably like, what are all these names that you are saying? Who are these characters? And maybe if I get Tokimeki Memorial soon, you might be able to see which characters I'm talking about. Actually, at the very top, I see. Oops. There... yeah, text. Oh, that's the Ayako theme. There she comes. Her theme is so... Oh my god. And the sound chip is so funny. I think Ayako's theme is the theme you can hear the Konami sound chip from most in the SNES version. It's wild. Let's see. What location? Park. Bigger font. 14 maybe? Kinda works, but it still needs to be smaller, so we're doing this. There we go. That's better. Oh, this is Saki. She's the one that I got on my third playthrough. And from what I understand from videos, Saki is the most popular one. She is the sports manager, the baseball team manager, and she likes to cook. She's also the most pleasant one to talk to. Or at least one of the most fun ones to talk to. Oh, the font! I didn't put it in a different layer. Whoops. I have to manually drop shadow it. Whoopsies. Oh, this must be Yukari. I want to try going for an ending with her sometime soon. There we go. Arc. Oh, what text am I gonna put in here for the bottom? Let's see. Okay. I'll just set the drop shadow and I'm done with this for now. Oh, oops! I didn't realize I even put a drop shadow over here like this. So 1, 1. Let me place this in another layer and see if I can add a little shadow over here. I think it's better without it. There we go. I finished it for today. So I thought I was gonna do more, but it's almost like 11 p.m. So I think I did relatively okay today. So even though I already had finished basically drawing the chibis, I did do most of the everything around it. So I'm just gonna place a signature. At 9 pixels. Oh, people won't be able to read this, so 10. Oh yeah, that's more readable. But I have to fix it regardless, so and place an outline on it. Oh, let's make it brown. Actually, let's place it like here. Maybe here? I think over here is maybe right here, because then it's a little bit harder to edit it out, so put it there. Okay, well, only one more thing that I will do before I finish exporting this, and that's increase the sprite size. 100, 400. That's pretty big. I think I'll keep it at like plus 300. There we go. Export it. And it's finished. Whee! It's super small, but it's finished. So let's go over to the chat screen. Oh, Tokimeki Memorial music is still running. And hold on. We're gonna place back the other OST. Not 18-bit, but heck it. We worked with this. Although, wait. Maybe I should just put in some Mitch Murder. Where are you, Mitch Murder? That's city pop-ish enough, so we're still in theme. Okay, so let me just put away my tablet here so that I can properly get prepared for ratings. Ugh. I have to do so much shoving here. There we go. If you heard a bang, don't worry, that was just my screen tablet because I have to haul it over the cable of my keyboard, and then I have to shove it below my monitor that is like floating on an arm, and I have to lift up my monitor to get the tablet below because my arm holders are only the ones that go from side to side but not up and down. I really need a new monitor arm for that matter because the setup is trying to get a little bit too me. Either that or I have to switch back to monitor stands, but alrighty then. So I think I did relatively decent progress today progress. I mean, I basically already finished the thing. And like I said, I was meant to be doing merch or something, or Mega Man X2, but you know, stuff happened that I have to not only cancel the merch that I was gonna make, or at least I need to check my stock before I see if I have enough paper to print new stickers. And I think I'll check that tomorrow so that I can know if I do have to make Umineko stickers or not. But other than that, let's see. So, I think, well, next week, given that I have Comic-Con Stuttgart, there might be a possibility that I will only stream once next week. Also, I just saw, oh my gosh, I got a new follow. Lex Dixia, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Chaos Zone. I'm so sorry I missed the notification. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear or see it. Very sorry. But welcome to the Chaos Zone and I hope you enjoy your stay. So where was I? Okay. Yeah, so next week I'm probably only going to stream once. And this time it's probably gonna be Retro Tuesday because there's not much art I can do like before that. At least if there's nothing else that throws me off that happens, because otherwise either the stream gets cancelled or we're gonna do something else. But I hope nothing happens so I can do Retro Tuesday just fine. So, and for this Thursday, I'm probably gonna be playing just some Fields of Mystery. It's just gonna be some chill fun time. So, let me see who I can raid before we go. Ooh, since we were doing pixel art, I might as well raid into another VTuber who's also doing art, who has a pixel art model. Not from me, by the way, not from me, but from another artist, but still pixel art model. So, I'm gonna go raid into Chessie Red streams. They just started, and they're doing some art. some cute art from the looks of it. So I'll be catching you guys this Thursday with some Fields of Mysteria, and if not, then next week with some Mega Man X2. Catch you all. Sorry, this Thursday. Have a good night. Thank you for coming, and bye bye.